Welcome back to Countdown to Branding Eminence with Ultimize. I'm Jonas Anderson, and we're giving you 5 strategies and 3 checklists for building a billion-dollar brand. For this episode, we've counted down to number 5. 5 tips for timeless taglines. I don't know about you, but I really like taglines. I feel that taglines kind of force you to communicate very effectively what your brand or your company or your organization is about within just a few words. The idea of a tagline is to really pack a punch, be brief, but also communicate your values, your message, your vision to your customer base or whoever you're talking to. So let's get rolling. The first tip we want to present here is be bold and break boundaries. I think the perfect example for this tip is the good old tagline created by Nike, which is just do it. This is a great example of creating a tagline which actually communicates much further than just the brand or the business. This is a tagline which kind of became part of pop culture. People use these words to communicate going to the extreme, past the limits, breaking boundaries. So this really helps to reinforce the core values of Nike itself. We at Ultimize also developed a tagline for a fintech project, and that is own the future. Rather than simply talking technology or talking finance, we wanted to get emotional with people and be bold by saying you can, through communicating and interacting with this platform, actually own the future, be a part of the future. And tip number 2 is be emotional rather than informational. The core purpose of a tagline is not just to communicate information, that's important too, but you want to get at the heart level with your customer base. And a perfect example of this is McDonald's, I'm loving it. It's a great tagline for a family-focused brand, and it really communicates more than just tasty food. It communicates the experience that McDonald's wants to offer, whether you happen to like McDonald's or not. I'd say that the marketing is excellent. Another one that I really like is by L'Oreal Paris, which is because you're worth it. It's a great tagline for a primarily female audience or female customer base. And it helps to communicate that the reason L'Oreal wants to create really good, high-quality cosmetic products is because the customer is worth it. And the customer should be willing to pamper themselves by using top-quality L'Oreal products. This is a great example of being emotional. An example of a tagline that the Ultimize team developed was for a platform, an online and on-mobile platform called Haikowo. This is a platform for interchange, for communication, and for cooperation. So the tagline that we proposed, which they really liked, was United for More. We want to communicate that this is a place you can be united, you can interact, you can be together in community with others. But it's not just ending at that. The idea is get together, be connected, not just for the sake of connecting, but for the sake of more opportunity, more that we want to build together. Another tagline that we developed is for a hospitality brand, and we communicated with just the 2 words, living happiness. The message that we want to get across is that you can experience happiness at the heart level. And it's also a lifestyle, a living place, even if it's temporary, that is really happy, that's joyful, that makes you feel good in whatever way you feel happiness. The next tip is number 3, be brief and pack a punch. A new kid on the block is Airbnb, with their tagline, which is belong anywhere. Of course, we know that Airbnb is about people making their personal residences available for rent for people on holiday. So the idea is that this is not just a hotel that you can book somewhere. This is not some luxury idea that you have. This is actually a sense of belonging anywhere on the planet through the platform of Airbnb. A very good tagline. And then another classic is Apple's Think Different. I really like the fact that in these 2 words, a lot more is communicated than just about being different or being unique. It's think different. So it's communicating a core value of Apple where they want to do something different. They want to be able to be out of the box, and they are able to create a community where their users are also able to be out of the box with them. An example of a brief but powerful tagline that we at Ultimize developed is sharing matters. This was for an online social media platform where you could share what was important, what made a difference. And also we wanted to say that the very act of sharing good things, it matters. It makes a difference. It's an important thing that you should do. You should share what matters, not just share whatever, in the share-focused world of today in social media. And also, sharing matters, just sharing stuff, sharing things that you want to share. So in these 2 words, we're able to have a triple meaning in this tagline. And that's really a goal I have when I develop taglines, is I really want to communicate as much as possible in as few words as possible. The next tip is be simple, but not just simple, also be meaningful. And I love Gatorade's tagline of, "Is it in you?" This is a very meaningful but simple tagline. So of course we know the cliche, is it in you? Do you have it in you? Are you prepared? Can you do this? So it really communicates the sport aspect of this brand, but also, is it in you? Did you get your Gatorade? Because you're going to need it when you exert yourself. It's a great double meaning, emotional, and powerful tagline by Gatorade. Another one that's amazing, it's a classic one as well by John Deere. It's "Nothing runs like a deer." This is a tagline that of course only really works in English, but it is in English and it communicates worldwide. And that is that if you want good quality machinery, good quality tractors that are going to run well, nothing runs like a deer. Similarly, you've got Sony's Make Believe. Of course, we know about the idea of make believe, which communicates kind of a fantastical, imaginative world where anything is possible. But also where they're communicating their core value, where they make you believe. A very clever tagline is by K Jewelers. Every kiss begins with K. So of course, K in this case being the letter K, which starts the word kiss. But in this case, they brought this double cool, hip meaning into it with every kiss begins with K. So if you want to get kissed, you should be thinking about K jewelry. We at Ultimize also developed a tagline for a company called Vida Corporation. Now this company has available products for agriculture, for bettering agriculture and farming, and also they've got products for human consumption, various food supplements and nutrients and so on for humans. So to kind of communicate the core value of their brand, I developed the idea of in the business of life. The point being that this is a company that wants to bring better life to people. They're in the business of life. It is a business, but the business, the purpose, the goal is life, better life, a fuller life for both plants and humans. A project that we have been helping to develop has the tagline Change Generation. This is an energy, a new clean energy project. And the idea is that you can be part of a change generation. You can make a difference. You can be the generation that brings change. But also it has the double meaning of generation being generating power, generating electricity, or whatever other forms of energy that it generates. So change generation, change from dirty forms of energy to clean forms of energy. So it's got a lot of packed in meaning there as well. Our final tip for today is be clear yet mysterious. It's always good when your tagline can leave you wanting more, can leave you thinking about what is the meaning here. And we've got an amazing success story from the US in the tagline Got Milk. It may seem to not really make sense, but it really communicated very well, and along with their overall advertising campaign was very powerful and very memorable. We also want to emulate that concept in our branding and our tagline creation, and we did this with the tagline for a bank in Laos called STB, and that is Bank on Strong. The idea is, okay, this is simple, but it also is a bit mysterious. You're kind of left thinking, okay, what is this talking about? Bank on, depend on strength and things that are solid with this bank. And bank on, move on, strong, powerfully. So there's also an example of being simple, but still leaving you thinking with something that's a bit mysterious. And for this same organization in Laos, we also developed the branding for their mobile application, which is called ST Hub. Hub in Lao, or Hap in Lao, meaning to receive. So it has a double meaning there already. So for the tagline of this project, we created the tagline Sing Didi Ti Hap Sama, which means good things are in Hub always. But it has the double meaning in the Lao language of good things that you can always receive and that you will receive in this application. So that's our 5 tips for timeless taglines. Let me recap once again. Number 1, be bold, break boundaries. Number 2, be emotional rather than informational. Number 3, be brief and pack a punch. Number 4, be simple yet meaningful. And finally, number 5, be clear yet mysterious. We hope that you've enjoyed this, and this can help get your sort of thinking wheels going for your tagline that you want to create for your startup or your brand or your company. And remember that if you need some help, you need some partners to stand with you in your branding and tagline and creation and content creation process, we here at Ultimize are ready to be with you, to partner with you, to create that thing that you are dreaming of right now. So feel free to contact us today. I'm Jonas Anderson, and hope to see you next time.